Hey, you are now listening or watching the Halos in the Infield podcast, sponsored in part by Noble L Works over on 1621 South Sinclair, where you can get discounts by just mentioning HITI, Halos in the Infield. Drink discounts on us, baby. And also by 714 Tickets. The price you see is the price you get, and you also get 10% additionally off in the Apply Now code once you order your tickets just by mentioning HITI, Halos in the Infield. Now enjoy the show.
Live every night on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Welcome to the Halos in the Infield post-game podcast with Todd Fox, sponsored by Noble Ale Works Brewery, as well as 714 Tickets. This is your nightly destination for all things Los Angeles Angels. Come join Todd as he recaps every thrilling and disappointing moment from tonight's game, win or lose. Get ready for insightful analysis, fan reactions, and Todd's engaging commentary. Plus, fans can call in live to the Halo Hotline to have their voices and opinions heard as well.
It's the Halo Hotline.
Stay tuned in for your chance to win free Halos merchandise with our weekly trivia.
It's all about the game.
It's time to dive into the heart of Angels baseball with Todd Fox on the Halos in the Infield postgame podcast.
There's a drive from Mike Trout. See you later. That is long gone.
It's the Todd Fox postgame podcast with your host, Todd Fox.
Hey, welcome in everybody to another episode of Halos in the Infield with your host, Todd Fox, as we start a Wednesday evening show about 20 minutes or so after the Angels lose 3-0, shutout again, as this is the only place where you can get the real live pulse of the Angel fan, where you can dictate where the show goes in the comments or in the calls and agree or disagree. Every opinion matters on here unless you're telling some really whack-ass jokes or have bad prank calls. But with that being said, we have a couple things to announce real quick, and that is obviously we're going to have the Ben Joyce signing on the 31st at Mezzo. So you want to look out for that. Continue to support our sponsors. Check out the Heedy page on eBay to get your shirts right there. Sell the Team Artie shirts and whatnot. New designs on the way, plus some hats and a whole bunch of other things. But with that being said, I told you so. I freaking told you so. And if you don't listen, that's fine. We all have our opinions. Some seem to think it's the hitting. Some seem to think it's the pitching. And a lot of people still get on the bandwagon of, well, it's the pitching. And Fernando asked me in our last podcast, what do you think about Johnny Cueto? And I said the same thing last night when, Grill Master was saying the same thing. I wanted Johnny Cueto 5-6 years ago. And the same thing I said in the podcast. That's great. But back in the day, when we were getting our players via free agency and things like that, we were always picking up hitters and position players. What did even Halo honks would say? They would come out begrudgingly and say, well, can he hit? Or can he pitch, I should say. They would come out and say, can he pitch? Now, the roles are deeply reversed now. Because to me, every pitcher we get now, sarcastically, either on social media, on here, or wherever else you catch this podcast, you're going to hear me give my opinion, which is, can he hit? What's Johnny Cueto's batting average? And Fernando looked it up, and it was 107 with no career home runs. Well, he fits in with our lineup. What did I tell you yesterday? Yesterday, I came on here and I said, they scored a lot of runs. That's nice. They scored 9 runs. That's nice. We brought out the positives. We said almost the entire roster or the entire lineup did really good. It seemed like they had a different approach. It seemed like Ron was allowed to let these hitters be the guys that they should be, or he had a plan for each additional player, and they went by that plan. They actually stuck to a game plan, or they actually changed in between innings or as the game saw fit, which is how I was taught how to play baseball. You don't go up there in the first inning taking first inning swings to fill out the pitcher in the 8th or 9th inning, second or third or fourth time around in the lineup. By then, you're trying to strategize, okay, are they shading our guys too much far to the left side? Does that mean the right side is open? Is there a gap? Should I swing the other way and hit the ball on the ground? Are we going to do a hit and run? Are we going to bunt? Strategy should come into place after the first time around at the very least when you face a starting pitcher. That's how I've been taught. That's how I know baseball. It hasn't changed, but again, the Angels see differently. So again, my question, if I had a press pass, would be, who is giving the bright idea of let's go back to what didn't work after clearly showing the night? Now, again, they're not going to score 9 runs every game, but I think, we didn't go from facing Jose Suarez if he was on the Royals to then facing Mark Gubicza, his prime today, or any other pitcher the Royals have had, Brett Saberhagen from the past in his prime. No, we faced Mike Lorenzen, a guy who we're very familiar with, who pitched with us just a couple years ago. Who, again, when we took the approach when he was with Texas the other time, we kind of beat him up. What changed? Now, obviously, he changed up his game plan from that last start, but what happened to the patient at bats? What happened to taking what the pitcher gives you? No, they went back to the same trash. The same trash at bats, swinging for the fences, getting overly aggressive. It's not a winning combination. It's not a winning solution. I don't know why you go back. You take 1 step forward and 3 steps back. I don't understand the logic of this dumbass team that we all follow. I don't understand how you can come to a conclusion that, hey, we had really good at bats the other night. We settled in. And it's one thing if they just hit the starter and the bullpen was lights out. No, we got into their bullpen. We kept scoring. We kept pressuring. Again, that's not going to happen every night. I'm not stupid. I'm not myopic. But if you have that kind of approach and you make in-game adjustments and adjust to the pitchers, no matter who they are, no matter who the opponent is, I would say 6 times out of 10. So let's just say you're succeeding 4 times out of 6 to 7 games a week, at least offensively. I can't speak for the pitching, but if you're putting up runs consistently, you're putting base runners on consistently, eventually the runners in scoring position averages will start to come up because law of average will take over. Whereas if you're not really hitting that good, you're having shit performances, you're not really getting guys on base, you're not really threatening, the runners in scoring position, when the guys do get the opportunities, because there's not many of them, they press. And when they press, they're even more inefficient. It's all about making, and again, people say, well, it sounds like you're coddling the players. You have to. Because a lot of the game is mental. If you're giving a lot of these hitters the opportunity to score runs because you have guys on base and you're threatening all the time, it's going to come through. When they do come through, it's going to be a great mindset, and these guys could get kicked into gear real quick. And then because Stefanik comes through 2 out of 3 times with runners in scoring position, well, guess what? Adele's kind of jealous. He wants to get a couple hits too. So does Neto. And all of a sudden it comes to a friendly competition. And I'm good with that, because friendly competition on a team is only better for the overall expectations of the team and the morale. See, all of this that I'm spewing right now should be talked about in the locker room, should be a thing that we're trying to get to, a place where we're trying to get to. Because from what I'm seeing from Barry Enright and everyone else who's pitched in to help this pitching, no pun intended, get better this year, I'm not worried about them right now. My whole focus, if I'm the GM, is to have these conversations and to light a fire under these players' asses, not by, oh, I'm going to take your job, or this, I'm going to tell Coach Washington to freaking bench you. No. I'm going to be on your ass, and we're going to switch things up strategy. I'm going to allow the manager to make the moves he's got to make and tell him to be more aggressive making those moves. Now, it's brought to my attention, Dan brought it up that the hitting coach was thrown out, and he should because he sucks ass, but Ron Washington doesn't stick up for him. Do you lose brownie points right there? Maybe so. That's not a good look, Ron. But to the title of the show, where it says scripted, exactly what I said would happen happened. Well, guess what? Getting back to Cueto. So we get Johnny Cueto, even at 38 years old or 40 or however old he is, right? He had it tonight. He was good. What did we do for him? 4 hits total and a big-ass goose egg. I'm not saying we're going to get no Barry Bonds right now in free agency. We're not going to come up on any hitters that are worth a goddamn right now. But even if you were to get a couple players that were DFA'd, that were decent, that would help spark something offensively, you're continually shooting yourself in the foot because we're not going by what we should be with a team like this. We don't have the roster nor the players in place to swing for the fences every night and hope that everything goes all right. We don't. We should be a team scrapping for runs, being very contact-oriented, and adjusting on the fly. Instead, you get what you get tonight, a very, very fast game because we didn't put up any kind of fight. Nothing. No threat to Kansas City. Lost another series. And it's scripted because I told you this was would happen yesterday. Cueto pitches good. We give him no run support. Take the loss. Again, that's why I was like, when we got Johnny Cueto, who cares? Again, you're putting Fulmer out there. Fulmer allowed 3 runs the other day too. So just because Cueto gave you a couple more innings of shutout ball or 3 runs, does that make him much better? The clear sign, the absolute clear sign to an absolute blind organization that we follow is the hitting. The hitting's been the problem. It has been a slow decline since Mickey Hatcher left, and we had a couple replacements in there that did decent as hitting instructors. But boy, when Jeremy Reed and his Pokemon Go came, and Paul Sereno and his fat ass that was glued to the bench night in and night out did not give 2 shits about any of the hitters, when those 2 morons took over, you best believe we fell off a cliff. And then when Marcus Thames came, Jesus Christ, was he the worst hitting coach ever. Just look what he's doing in Chicago this year. And then the bum that we have now, I still say you hire a guy. First off, you say, get the fuck out of my dugout, whoever the manager is, whether it's Ron Washington or anybody else. I don't want to see no pocket protectors in my dugout. Perry, you stay your fat ass up in the damn luxury box. If you have something to say, call my ass. You have my number. But if you think for 1 minute I'm going to do what you say during a game, no, when it's during the game, that's my time. I'm clocked in. Stay the fuck away from me. That's what I would say. Now, when it comes down to making right now, Ron Washington's a bigger puppet right now than Phil Nevin, and that's so damn sad. He talks a big talk, but he ain't walking it, man. And as long as this organization is going to continue whatever loser mentality, and again, I brought this up about analytics. There is, and let me repeat this. There is no Bible for analytics. There is no exact Amundo stat for every fucking team. Every team interprets analytics and sabermetrics the way they want it to interpret it. So the value in this player that this team is just fawning all over and spritz-a-clocking everywhere for, this team could give two shits about, because their numbers don't add up to what they think that player is, and this team does. So you think for a minute analytics and sabermetrics work? I don't think so. But the best sabermetrics and analytics team, you think that resides here in Anaheim/Los Angeles? I don't think so either. I don't know if they are diddling themselves. I don't know what kind of stats per se explain how great these hitters are. I don't see it. I see a team that needs to utilize their power, which is speed and contact. Stop swinging for the motherfucking fences. Stop overvaluing the home run. Stop overvaluing exit velocity. Stop overvaluing launch angle. Just stop. The only thing I'll agree with these base heads is the fact that they love hitting the zone and the strike zone. They're more aggressive with that, and that's helped the team. But your sabermetrics and your analytics as far as hitting is trash. Any one of us at the stadium, any one of us on our computer, any one of us on our phone can come up with a better game plan than this dumb ass organization. Because the proof is in the pudding. I don't care if the Frisch brothers are telling you, hey, it's all fine. I don't care if Roger Lodge is telling you, hey, guys, don't worry. The season starts tonight. Positive thoughts only. You could take those positive thoughts and shove them straight up your ass, Roger, because no positive thoughts, no matter how big or small they are going to fix what we're doing if we continue to do the same shit. It's the same shit every day. And then you can literally point it out when they actually decide, hey, maybe that's not working. Let's try this. And it works. And then guess what? We go right back to doing the same shit that has given us 73 losses. I wanted to see balance this year. I wanted to see growth this year. I think we saw balance and growth despite the curse that is the Angels with injuries and mental health issues, Detmers in our pitching staff, right? We've seen growth. We've seen guys that, hey, I wouldn't mind having him back next year. I wouldn't mind having him back next year. I hope he returns next year, right? But when it comes to the hitting, it's like, where have we progressed? The rookies are doing rookie things. That's fine. But you can't tell me with a straight face, you can't tell me if you're a Halo honk for life that these hitters are getting any instruction to make them better. Because if they were doing the things that we've talked about on this show, if they were doing the things that we think they should be, granted the power that they have, the roster that they have, don't you think this team would be closer to 500? Don't you think this team would be more relevant, even without Trout? Don't you think Moniak would be hitting 20 to 30 points higher if we had fixed his swing? If we told him stop swinging for the fences, you're not a home run guy? Don't you think Adele, if he'd shorten up his swing, would be much better because the times he has, he looks good? When is this organization going to wake up? What is it going to take for them to say, okay, we're wrong. We need to change? Oh, I forget what organization we're talking about. The same one that refuses to give up on number 6 when they realize he is a fat loser. That he's never going to change. He's only going to get worse. And we reward that prick with giving him the number 4 spot tonight. You realize 5 of our 6 banners at our own stadium are not playing or demoted? Isn't that insane? Maybe that's the jinx. I talked about it with Halo Joe, and he thinks we should put, since it's been over 60 years of Angels baseball, the best player from every era on the Angels walk into the stadium right there on those banners. because it's embarrassing to have Trout up there, who hasn't played most of the season, not going to play the rest of the season. You got Detmers up there as a head case. Sandoval's hurt for the year. He's gone. I think it's either Big Ears or Hoppy's the only one that's not hurt that's up there. That's pretty pathetic. You even got Rendon's dumbass up there for some reason. I'm caught in the feels because even though this was expected, it still is I don't get it. I could see if it happened a few times earlier in the year, midway through, and it's just this season and we hit the reset button and we're all good next year. We're changing our plan. We're changing our approach. New year, new us, right? I have a feeling because last year with under Thames, not much has changed hitting wise. And I think if you have to ask me right now, if you say, Todd Fox, what do you take out of this year? Or what's the one negative that is above all the worst that you've felt this year? And I won't say guys not hitting their weight. I won't say injuries. I won't say another Trout missing all of his 500 bobbleheads this year. I won't say the fact that Artie didn't move the team or not move the team, sell the team, the Deos, all that stuff. The negative thing for me is we don't want to adjust. And we have one mentality, and you can clearly see it. I mean, again, if you're just waking up to our broadcast, if you're just waking up to our kind of talk, and this is like new to you, then shame on you. You should have been able to see this before you reached our page and our brand. You should know that something ain't right with this organization. There's a reason why. If you just take a little time and you're a Halo honk for life and you've honked at Roger and you're so happy and you've been to his 600 level in the blind date section and you're just pro Roger, but then one day you get fed up and you're like, man, this team can't win. Every time I take my family, they suck, they lose. I invest my time. What's going on? The pitching. Wait a minute. If you take a moment just to see the facts, look at the evidence, it's plain to see. Just look at this series and how it played out. Just this one series. Look how it played out. 2 of the 3 games, they had shit approaches, didn't adjust, stuck to one game plan. LL. They adjusted, played great, put pressure on the team, scored a lot of runs, won the game. I mean, it's not hard to see. Look at the Toronto series. Outclassed the entire time. Outclassed the entire time. They looked awful. And again, losing the one game 11-3, okay, that happens. But you're losing by scoring only 3 runs one game, 1 run the next. That's shit approaches. You scored 7 runs in 3 games. Up until tonight, they had struck out double digits 6 games in a row. Remember that happened earlier in the year, and then or a lot last year, couldn't win games because they were too busy striking out, not putting the ball in play. This year, it got a little good, and guess what? When it was at its best, April and May were pretty fun. The latter part of May, not so much. They started to say, wait a minute, we got too much success. Let's dial it down a little bit. So we lost from start to finish. That only can mean one thing. A song we've played on repeat, it seems.
I will be strong, I will be faithful, 'cause I'm counting on a new beginning, a reason for living, a deeper meaning, yeah. And I wanna stand with you on a mountain, and I wanna bathe with you in the sea, and I wanna lay like this forever, until the sky falls down on me.
So let's talk about who gets the Golden Stamos in a 3-0 loss. The John Stamos Award for Best Player on the Field tonight, I'm going to give it to Mike Lorenzen. Yes, Mike Lorenzen, the former Angel. 7 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, no earned runs, 5 strikeouts, and 2 walks. So basically, 0 for 0 for 0 for 0. He wasn't really bothered all that much. Angels only had like 1 threat, and that was it. Pretty pathetic for the Angels, but a good start for Lorenzen. Shows you what he can do. Guy threw a no-hitter, went to the postseason. He's probably going to go to the postseason with Kansas City again. Good on him. Need I mention his family all lives in the Anaheim area? Need I mention he wanted to remain an Angel? Good job, Perry. Great job. Nacho Night Award. Let's see who gets the Nacho for the worst player.
I love the nachos, gas station nachos. I love those nachos, yeah. Gas station nachos, ow.
Setting the record for most Nacho Night Awards was a 2-player race, but he wasn't playing tonight. So we're going to give it to good old number 6. Even though he's played like not even half the season, he is winding up as one of the leaders for Nacho Night as he went quiet, and I mean quiet 0 for 4. He didn't even strike out. Hey, he didn't strike out, but he still sucks ass, and I love giving him the nachos. He is a putrid player, and he's a putrid human being. Now, we've been mixing it up. We did an A-Train award. We did another award. So like I'm gonna try this other award here. Let's see if I can pop it up here. We had the eyeball one, the what is it, the other day? So let's see if this one pops up. Let's see if I even got it right here, because I was supposed to upload this and I thought I did. So this would be again on me if I didn't do this, which is not good when you're trying to do this on the fly. I had that award queued up too. Damn it. Where the hell did it go? Let's see. Did I queue it up? Let me see. That might be a botch on my part right now, because I want to get that one, because Randy worked on this one and I thought it was freaking brilliant. So let me see if I can pop this one up real quick. It should be right here. No, actually, no. Randy did that one the other day. This is another one. So we're gonna give this one a shot too, and we'll see how this one goes over right now, because I'm not sure which one we're gonna wind up settling with, but I do like this one a lot too. So like between Randy's and this one's pretty good too. And this one reminds me a lot of a Limp Bizkit vibe, and not Limp Bizkit from like yesteryear, but Limp Bizkit now, gray hair. Let's see what you guys think.
I need your seed.
Who's got the biggest biceps? Marsha. Who's got shoulders like a man? Marsha. Who's got a rapist wit? Marsha. Who's got a thing for young surfers? Marsha. Who put the drill to grill? Marsha. Who could slam a shack? Marsha.
Congratulations, pal.
Who put the drill to grill? The Golden Marsha. Let's see. The Golden Marsha, I'm going to give that to Johnny Cueto. Johnny Cueto's got the good job, pal. Look, again, what's he supposed to do? Is he supposed to hit 2? Because he gave you 6 and 2, a 6 and a third coming off his first start in over a year. 3 runs allowed, 1 strikeout though, 2 walks, but who cares? He pitched a hell of a game. 6 innings again is a quality start. But again, we blow it once more.
There's a lot of baseball left to be played. And the season starts tonight, which makes me so horny and me love you long time.
Yep, exactly. So with that being said, let's get into the comments. And once again, our boy Mateo's in Hawaii, so he's missing the boat on this one. Mario's like, I got your back, bro. It's Spritz o'clock, baby. You know what time it is. Some of that botanical sweetness.
Spritz o'clock, Angels play. Win or lose, we toast today. Sip and cheer, no matter the score. Spritz o'clock, let's pour some more. Spritz o'clock, let's pour some more.
it's time for a botanical spritz. Marty says, just as we thought we used up all our runs yesterday. Joshua says, no run support. David says, Ron Washington and Perry will be fired after this season. Well, Perry will not be retained, but I might be with you on that one, David, with Ron. One Jets pod did tell me, and we talked about it. So, yes, he is right as well. I want to give him props as well. Chubb says, this team sucks so bad. Let's give Drury a gift for his birthday. One-way ticket back to his house. I would love that so he can have a gangster party all he wants in his Malibu pad. Dan says, I'm so done with Washington. He won't or refuses to stick up for his players. I want him fired now. I'm so done. It might get there. Saucy says, see, it's the pitching. I told you. No, he's being sarcastic. David says, Ron Washington and Perry will be getting fired. Mario says maybe they will squeeze out 1 or 2 runs in the next few games. And then One Jets pod says what we're all thinking. We're so back. Dan Rios says home plate umpire was crap. We are struggling, yes, but we don't need an umpire to make it more difficult and a manager who doesn't care. And then One Jets pod says, hey, where's my shirt? I got to send that. I'm behind on that one. Maybe have a Big Ben award. R. Martinez says winning 1 out of 3 of a series is consistent for our team. It's not bad, but it's certainly not good. And then One Jets pod says it's the pitching, it's the hitting, and the coaching. Other than that, I think One Jets pod says we're fine. We're all good. Saucy says, wait, we have our savior Cueto out there and we lost. Does this mean we won't be making the playoffs now? Yeah, we're done. Ownership as well. Cueto did fine. No runs, so it didn't matter. Jets pod says, for the Angels fan, the question is, can he own? Cueto can be our DH. Let's see. Mario says is it football season yet? It's almost there, man. It is literally knocking on the door of football, especially with only 3 preseason games now. Blood Moon says, Tats, that's the problem with this team. They can't execute in low scoring runs. And then One Jets pod wants to know a question that wasn't answered in this entire series, obviously, if you were paying attention. Gooby played for the Royals? R. Martinez says Little League Venezuela would give our Halos a hard time. It wouldn't be easy for our guys. Halos march to a beat of a flailing drummer. Mario says Todd using big words like myopic. Q Lombardi. Hey, that's a shot at me.
What the hell's going on out here?
Exactly. R. Martinez says, when was the last time we won a series? It's been a while. Chris says we sucked at batting like the umpire calling the game. Saucy says it was it's like we intentionally lose. Also, why Krause back to AAA? Because he has 1,000 options left that we haven't used up yet. Because that's one thing that Perry does very well with minor leaguers. It's like, okay, let's bring up a pitcher. Oh, he got his cup of coffee. Let's send him back down. Oh, wait, let's bring him up again. I mean, I swear to God, they're using these options way too much. Tyler says starting pitching and bullpen gave the guys a chance. The dugout is a dead man. Angels will be fine. Erica Wetson has her eye on us. You know what? And you know what? I got to play that because it is so good. Erica Weston's eye has to make a what is it called? An appearance, because that is one of the finest put out there right now. Let's see. Where is it? Damn it. She's got, even though the award has already been out, she has to at least chime in, right? Where is it? Damn it. See, again, I should have already had this queued up, but I took it out when I was trying to adjust some other stuff. Where's Erica Weston's eye? Oh, I love it. Oh, here it is. So, yeah, I got to pop this one in real quick. That's what she said. And then I'll read another comment, and then I'll play the eye real quick. Let's see. Also, Armartina says, hey, Todd, do you think Trout is working out these and staying fit, not gaining more weight, being flexible and stretching, or do you think he's on a dad bod program? Well, if you've seen his Instagram, he's on a dad bod thing. So do we DFA Calhoun and bring up a young guy for the experience? Fine. But then we play Drury and Cueto. Exactly. Doesn't make sense. Did the Angels make Renfroe look good again? Not in this particular game, but he's still batting .230, which is way better than what he did with us.
I'm Erica Weston's eye, and I've got my eye on you.
Erica's watching close, she's got that eagle eye. If you're the star tonight, she'll let your praises fly. But don't get cocky, keep your game in check, cause Erica's the queen and she demands respect. But I've got my eye on you award. You play like a champion, now you're getting adored. You caught her eye and you stole the show. Take the trophy home and let everyone know.
I'm Erica Weston's eye, and I've got my eye on you.
That's creepy. Hey, Todd, remember when the season ended last year? I miss those days. How dare you? One Jets pod is being very, very disrespectful.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Exactly. Mario says shit rolls down the hill. Chris says lose, baby, lose. Get that draft pick. We're third now. I think that's the highest I've ever seen. Washington's talked so much big shit this offseason, looking like a chump now. If he's still around next year, it better be night and day different or he gets no respect at all. John says these guys have nothing else to play for. Also, for Star Wars night, Angels use sabermetrics. Also, Saucy says they needed some Deos tonight. That's what went wrong. You know what? You're probably onto something. See, Saucy knows. These guys are fueled by this. Yeah, the offense would have came alive. Let's move on to the awards. Also, John says maybe it's all a part of the plan to suck balls so bad that Artie decides to sell or move. Todd, we need an hour-long show of yours, just of your rants. I appreciate that. Mario says, Artie says, how dare you talk about our entertainment on the field? Don't talk about entertainment. We just want to see the sea of red back in the stands roaring for a winning club. Exactly. That seems like eons ago. Also, Angel's been saying new year, new us since 2004. What is the meaning of Deo? I have no idea. 2004 to 2010, Angels, one of the best teams in baseball. Yes, that was a good little stretch right there. Also, when baseball was played, also new beginning and a reason for living. He's quoting the song. Today's game was terrible. Angels lost. Who's number 6? This team needs a new song. I'm a Loser by the Beatles would work. Also by Beck. Calling All Angels sucks too. It does. I think that's a little long in the tooth to say the least. Also, soon the dog days are over. Another month before shit. Here we go again. Yeah, and then we'll start talking free agency and winter meetings and all that stuff.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
And we'll be leveraged by other teams. They're like, oh, watch out for the Angels. They might get this guy. Watch out for the Angels. Also, to Drury, get your shit together and leave. Yeah, I would love for him to pack up all his stuff. And then Mario could be right there at the dugout or the locker room.
Well, then get your shit together. Get it all together and put it in a backpack. All your shit. So it's together. And if you got to take it somewhere, you know? Take it to the shit store and sell it. Or put it in a shit museum. I don't care what you do. You just got to get it together. Get your shit together.
Congratulations, pal. Let's see. Also, the Marsha Award, the Golden Marsha got my vote. Wilbur checks in. Got a thing for young surfer dudes. Need Big 20's response. We got to see if he made it out of Australia. When Marsha says pal, it always sends a shiver down our spines. Jet Spot says, now that's a jingle. Also, Frederick says, should have worked a surfer boy into the Golden Marsha Award. Well, it was there. It was what do you call it? Big 20. Wax on, wax off. Also, it's all in the writing, folks. Live and learn. Chris says, support your local surfboard. Let's see. Mama says, Reds Mac is talking about you on her channel. Who's that? Reds Mac. You gotta let me know who that is. I would like to check out and see what she's doing, I guess. Tyler says, Washington spoke to the ump after the game. Q Lombardi. Yeah, he just was like, hey, man, you're too hard on my guy right there, you know. Next time, don't throw him out.
What the hell's going on out here?
Also, Wash might be be better if he starts doing 8 balls again. Q Lombardi. Damn. Lombardi's getting a lot of play tonight.
What the hell's going on out here?
Also, let's go Ducks. Where is Erica Weston's eye? The Golden Eye Award. we're gonna have so many awards. When is Halo Joe gonna call in his Ohapi's nipples? Definitely ready for Rams season, winning 11 games, making the playoff. Unlike this team, Dan, I will tell you this right now. quick thing. And before I even get into our football show, which will be taking place on One Jets Pod and also on Unfiltered Sports, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please go over there. We're going to be doing live shows and some recorded ones as well. I'm going to say this right now. I like the Seahawks to finish second, and I like the Niners to be cursed as fuck and get third place, and the Rams to win that division. I hate McVay. Let me put it out there. I hate McVay. Dan, I respect the old school Rams fans, the real ones. I really do. I know I come off cocky and an asshole sometimes, but I really do respect the old school Rams fans. It's the other 80% of your fan base that can go to hell, that are fake-ass fans, that were Patriot fans, that were every other team in the league fans until this magical team just poofed upon our LA area. So don't give me that shit with Ramley and we're faithful, because the Niners use that shtick, and it only works when they're winning. So I have a real good feeling that Madden curse is coming into play this year, and the curse of losing the Super Bowl is coming into play. So they're doubly fucked. So yes. YouTube fam says, any news on the football podcast? Like I said, that's the news right now. It's going to be starting up here really soon. Going to be the same as last offseason. I hope you're wrong, One Jets Pod. I want to see the Angels do something. Angels will be displayed in the shit museum one day. Grillmaster says, home plate umpire Mike Easterbrook. Good Lord, was he bad? I want everybody watching to remember this name. If you don't want to know or want it by now, he is basically an American Angel Hernandez when it is coming to baseball. Well, he had to replace the other guy. Hey, pal. Hey, pal. Hey, pal. Hey, pal. Whoa, Todd, you want to check out and see what other babes are doing? I'm telling. There she goes. Also, I can't wait to hear what Ohapi's nipples sound like. Exactly. Ron Washington should have gotten ejected too. The ump last night, Tom Hannon, 69. Nice. It said that he favored the Angels 1.29 runs. I don't know. Yeah, I don't see that either. You love McVay. Stop. No, I hate McVay. I can't stand him. I can't really stand him. I'm ready to be let down on my birthday for the 11th year in a row. Third time losing to the Blue Jays on Friday. Are you scared of Arizona? Just admit it already. I don't even consider them a divisional opponent, Randy. I really don't. I've never, even when they had what's his face, Kurt Warner, and they went to the Super Bowl, I never take him seriously. Carson Palmer, they're just the Cardinals. I mean, they're literally a team that I can't respect or don't care to. When we play them and they're like, hey, it's a big division game, I'm like, nah, I would like to beat them, but it's not a big division game. I never think it is. Especially with that little midget they got as quarterback. Not even close. Not even close. Rams and Niners are the only team that tickles my fancy when I get excited for a division game. James says, you could ram it all day, ram it all night. Marty says, you're dreaming, Todd. Niners are too stacked to lose. Oh, yeah? They're too stacked to lose Super Bowls, too, and they've lost 2 of those recently, and with that wannabe Crappernick as well. What's the podcast called again? It's going to be, I guess it's going to be the NFL Football Podcast. It's going to be under, what is it? Like I said, you can find it easily, and I think we have to talk about if we're going to put it in a podcast form, Randy. But yeah, we'll have more information. I'm going to put some posts up on Halos in the Infield and get you guys all squared away for football right now. Grillmaster says Eagles win 12 to 13 games, lose a Super Bowl to the Chiefs. Dan says we do have one thing in common, hating the whiners, and those bastards cheated to win their Super Bowls, violated the cap, got caught, got fined, but kept their Lombardi. F no. Well, see, back in the day, there was no cap, so they were able to spend as much as they wanted to, but they are 0-3 in the cap series. And then, so it would be nice if San Francisco didn't win for once. I think they're going down. U2 says, hey, Todd, living in Vegas now. Unfortunately, Raiders shit over here. Still listening after each game. Previous name is Trouty here. Yes, I know, sir. And I'm glad you still are. And I hope you're adapting to that era's, what is it called? The Vegas lifestyle. Julie Johnson checking in says, Little League World Series is more exciting. Who you rooting for? I'm rooting for anyone local. I know I don't know if the Hawthorne team or Lawndale team from around that area is still in it, but that's definitely a team I would like to see because, again, unlike our Angels, they can hit. One Jet Spot says Todd fears Kyler Murray. No, I don't. Kyler Murray sucks. I mean, if you have to put it in the dude's contract not to play Call of Duty, you know he's not focused. The Unfiltered Sports Podcast. I don't know why I couldn't think of that, Randy. I don't know. I'm having a senior moment. Dan says, I'm not a fan of the Rams because of a coach. That's lame. I've heard people say that, and I like coach. I'm going to follow him. Are they retarded? Yes, they are. But like I said, if you know your Rams, like I'm not even asking you to go back to Jack Youngblood and the white and blue Rams, which that's the kind of jersey they should be wearing right now. But if you know Jim Everett, if you know the Rams, even to the day they almost left Anaheim or they were about to leave Anaheim, then I got all the love for you. If you know that Jerome Bettis started as a Rams player and a good one, Jackie Slater was your last good Hall of Famer, then yes. You know what I'm saying? Like then you're a true Rams fan. I got respect for you. But if you're the Johnny come lately, I like McVay and I like him since they put the penis on their logo. No, you're just a fake ass fan. If you like the male cheerleaders, you're a fake ass fan. Hey, Todd, living in Vegas now. Unfortunately, Raiders. Oh, I already put that. Appreciate that again, you too. Also on the pregame, they showed Gooby and Rex honking each other's honk. Rex was all doped up on weed. Probably gave some to Gooby. Yeah, Gooby would have been like, hey, guys, I am super high right now. I am seeing like 6 Huddlers right now. Hudster is everywhere. Chaminade. Mario says, I'm a Bears fan. Wish my team would make a Super Bowl. They did a few years ago. Jets going to trip up San Francisco week 1, book it. And you know what? I have to agree. My girl is a rabid Niners fan, a real Niners fan. And I give her props, but it's a definite house divided when we watch games together. And I will just say this. I am looking forward to them losing on Monday night at home. Oh yes. Grillmaster says, I especially hate the NFL because they post so much Travis and Taylor bullshit. Look, I'd rather see that. Listen, Grillmaster, I know it's annoying. I know it annoys a lot of fans. I know. I get it. But ask yourself this. Would you rather see that or politics or stuff that is on the news or players protesting? To me, look, if Beyonce wants to, if she wasn't with Jay-Z and she's dating someone, or there's a famous whoever that is stealing the limelight, but you're still talking football, I'm all for it. Just keep me away from politics. Keep me away from anything you don't talk with a family about. Like, I don't want to see religion in there. Just stick to sports. And that's all I care about. Like, literally just stick to sports. And you've got to win. And there's a reason why the top 10 shows in a calendar year for TV and ratings are all NFL. And yes, they do their social justice bullshit. Yes, they'll chime in with, hey, you gotta do this, or they have their causes. But as long as you're not, like, they got away from it the last couple of years. And that's what I give NFL props. They've kind of like gotten away from like pushing agendas and stuff. It's like, dude, I don't need to know where the nearest place to vote is. Just play goddamn football. Entertain me. That's it. I don't need to know who you're voting for. I don't need to know who you're making love to. I don't care. But if you want to spice it up, to me, the NFL is not stupid. Taylor Swift brings in millions, and I mean hundreds of millions of dollars to the NFL just by her making certain cameos. It's getting a whole new fan base attracted to it. I wish there was a Taylor Swift for the Angels and they show her more than it show Gooby or the Jack in the Box commercials, because maybe we'd get more fans, we'd get smarter fans, or at least we'd pack the place out and Artie would be like, well, you got enough entertainment, it's time to put a winner on the field. And then he'd actually try to make a winner instead of a wiener. Also, get him, Randy. Tyler says, what do you think about Bo Nix for my Broncos? I hope we teach him a lesson on game 1, because we play the Broncos in game 1. I think it's the right choice. Let the rookie marinate, but he's going to have his problems, especially when he faces our defense. Kyler Murray is Todd Spider. No. We're getting the Niners at the right time. They got so many distractions and injuries all over the place. Fred Dreyer, I remember him. Also, he was in that TV show. God, what was it? James is going to pull this out of his ass, too. I forgot the name of that show. Also, Merlin Olsen, Chris Everett. That was hilarious. The Rome segment that set his career off. Also, hey, did you know that Travis Kelce plays in Kansas City? Sure, it isn't the Royals that like he played for. That girl's hotter than mine. Oh, hey, did you know that I'm in the Hall of Fame? Gooby. Also, I was at Jim Everett's first game as Rams quarterback versus the Patriots at Anaheim Stadium. That's an experience in itself. Alfonso says the Niners suck. Also, these guys must smoke really bad weed. I smoke, and yet I make Platinum Awards songs. James says, Gooby craving the Jack Munchie meal. Also, did you know that when Tim Salmon was playing and the Rams were in Anaheim, Tim's brother nearly played for the Rams on the same field? I did not know that. That is a very good one right there. I did not know that one. Also, Taylor Swift shit got irritating last season. I was already irritating as it was. I'd rather see cooler or what color Caleb Williams is painting his nails than Taylor's. Boy, Caleb Williams' nails are going to be on point, but I'll tell you this right now. He is going to be a bust. I'm sorry, Mario. He is going to be a huge bust. Dan says, thank you, Todd. I was a Rams and Angels fan before many were born. Jeez, am I that old? Yeah, getting old sucks, my man. I'm there too. Nothing worse than politics and professional sports. Q Lombardi. Yeah, I don't think Lombardi would have put up with that shit.
What the hell's going on out here?
Definitely. Taylor Swift has no ass. Now there is a real, what is it? Truer words have never been said. Taylor Swift isn't hot. She doesn't look like a real woman. James says Angels had Gwen Stefani for a millisecond last year. Want to know. Show Taylor Swift and Ohapi's nipples. She might leave Kelce. That's true. She might want to suck on them. Also, man, I really thought Zach Wilson had a shot at that John. LOL. Zach Wilson. See, also Tyler says, I got my 10th COVID booster after I saw how much Kelce believed in the vaccine from our Lord and Savior Fauci. See, I hate Fauci, and I don't want to see him related to my sports. I don't want to see any of that stuff. So, whatever happened to HIPAA? Now, all of a sudden, everyone knows your freaking medical history. I hate that. Ugh. Joshua says, Justin Herbert is beast. Go Raiders. Gwen Stefani should be on the Angels celebrity fan because it's bananas. Also, my supervisor is a Raiders fan. Mario says, Harley Davidson realized in past month after losing money, if you go woke, you go broke. No one fucking cares about your political agenda. Exactly. Balls, and men painting their nails. Yeah, I have a feeling.
Time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John
painting your nails. Also, Angels Jets for 30 years. I'm surprised I still look like I'm in my 20s. You do look young, my man. Mario says Caleb is going to be the next Mahomes. Slow your roll, Mario. Let's see him play a game. Isaac says, Big Todd, you happy with the new Seahawks coaching staff from the Pete Carroll era? I'm scared. I am like Rally Chris without a mill. I'm scared. I really don't know what to expect. I am hoping it's more defensive oriented, whatever. I can't speak right now. But you know what I mean. I want them to be more aggressive defensively, and then I want them to throw the ball down the field more, which they don't really do. They don't trust Metcalf deep, and they don't trust Noah Fant. And I watched all of their video last year, including all the film footage from the extra stuff from the NFL Network. And my God, Noah Fant was open so many times, and it's like he's allergic to throwing to him. Geno Smith has that dude open time in and time out. You have three really good receivers. The tight end's going to be open on accident, and he, whatever reason, would not throw it to him. That blew my mind. Chubb says stabbing with nails, number 18 of Chicago, 15-yard penalty, second down. Dua and Dua Lipa, Taylor Swift. Okay, I don't know who that is. Grillmaster says Paul Skeen's girlfriend is so much hotter despite being 6 inches shorter than Swift. Size when females does not matter as far as height. Unless you're Marsha, then it's really bad. Michael Lorenzen dealt us a royally bad tonight. Oh, geez. No one knows a shit about mine. Also, nail painting and Swift Mills. Rumor, Pete Carroll is teaching a class at USC. Just saying. Yeah, I heard he got hired with them. One Jets Pod says also the Seahawks are winning the West. I already told you I got a feeling the Niners are going to have a rough season. Call it a hangover. And I think you're right. But I just think that McVay, for whatever reason, again, they were supposed to suck last year, and look at them make the playoffs. You know, we didn't make the playoffs. I thought for sure we were going to make the playoffs last year, and I thought the Rams were going to be a shit show, and it was the Cardinals that were the shit show because nobody really cares about them. And we were third place, and the Rams just played really – I mean, he got the most out of all those players. And I hate when they call him the genius. I hate everything to do with that franchise. I really do. The only time I'm able to laugh at him is when the Niners come to town, when the Raiders come to town, when any other team comes to town. That is their stadium. I mean, hell, I've been at every Rams home game since they came back to the Coliseum, and every goddamn season, no matter what the Seahawks are doing, we take over that stadium 65 to 70% of the fans. I mean, you see green and white and gray all up in that place. Seahawk fans everywhere. That's just us. Man, when the Niners come, it's like 95%. I mean, that is literally what the hell is that? Levi's South. Big time. Chubb says going from the Angels to the Patriots is going to suck. Boy, you are in for a long season, Chubbs. That team is going to – I think that was a terrible hire. I think that the way they've drafted the last 6 years is terrible. I mean, the Patriots are going to be the whipping boy of that division. I mean, defensively, they'll keep themselves in the game for a while. But man, oh man, are the Jets, the Bills, and the Dolphins just going to lick their chops when they face them. Trust me. Isaac says Rams suck. Levi Dune has much better ass than – no, I don't know. Rams were a surprise last season. Let's see. Also, the Rams played in Anaheim. Yes, they did a long time ago. And I think, I think it's going to be, what is it? I think you two and also Dan can remember when they had those watermelon head guys. I never understood that. I never understood the watermelon thing in the Rams fans. I never got what that meant. Never cared to, but I always thought it was interesting. They would carve out the middle of the watermelon, a long one, and they would stick it on their head, and it would be hanging over, and they wore the watermelon all game. Yeah, I've never understood that, but hey, whatever. Mario says, James says Patriots going back to 1992 version. That was a shitty team. That was right before they got Bledsoe. Mario says Rams are going to have to rebuild soon. They've already done it, Mario. That's the problem. They were supposed to suck the last year and a half, and McVay took guys off the street, and I don't get it. I mean, I know they don't have Aaron Donald, but a lot of times Aaron Donald didn't play because he was breaking down, and they still had a very good pass rush. They still had feisty corners, and Stafford was still with a makeshift offensive line having time to throw. They had zero running backs that you trusted, but somehow they were running. I mean, I don't know how he did it. I think he did a fan, and I hate the guy. I hate his cockiness. I hate his face. I hate everything McVay. I hate him. But I will say that he gets the best out of his players, and he is a damn thorn in my side as a Seahawks fan. I can't stand him. But he, damn it, did he make the Rams better? He is definitely a coach that I would say, shit. You know, like if he were to leave the Rams, they would fall apart, bro. And Juden will fall off next year, getting older. Ratcher, trade him or pay him. Dan says also, yeah, watching Dickerson live was something to be seen. Best running back I've ever seen. Not since Jim Brown, rest in peace. How dare you, Alfonso? Also, Dan Rios says, Mario, they said that last year and made the playoffs 5th round picks. We have an excellent GM. Yeah, you do. Player development and everything. Seahawks, sorry, will come in third behind the Niners and Lambs. Nah, I think we're jumping them, bro. I think we're jumping them. Rams defense is full of young draft picks, great scouts. Absolutely. He's not going to fall off. Stop. Okay, that's our football talk. That's our preview for football. But baseball is winding down. Football is heating up. And you can catch us over at the Unfiltered Sports Unfiltered Sports YouTube page and the podcast page. And yeah, I think we are going to make that into podcast form, and it should be fun. And we're going to have all the breakdowns of every game. I think Randy, Dominique, myself, and Matt's going to be chipping in. So you'll have 4 different angles, and we're also going to be spending a few minutes on every game. And like Randy said, we're going to be doing, obviously spending a little bit more time on the marquee matchups. It's like Dominique said, we're not going to waste a lot of time on the Jaguars versus the Washington Woke, or stuff like that. But we will be giving every team its due. But obviously, if it's like a Niners Jets, or it's a Kansas City Chiefs versus Raiders, because that rivalry or whatever, yeah, we're going to spend more time on it. So it is what it is. Niners under Bill Walsh. I'm not putting McVay in that category, though. Yeah, Bill Walsh, but then again, they had endless money back then. He's doing it in a salary cap era. Chris says, I'm a Rams, Lakers, Kings, Angels fan. Growing up happens. It sure does. Dan says, lots of Weiner bandwagon fans. F them. One Jet Spot says, we got a whole show layout. I think you're going to like it, folks. I think so, too. I think it's going to be very, very informative. It's going to be very hands-on. And I think I got to talk to Randy about possibly putting the logos up. Like, say, for instance, we're talking Bengals, Browns. Hopefully we have like a banner or something that'll pop up, and it'll show the 2 teams' logos in the background or something to where the fans can see that. And I think that would be pretty dope too. We'll see what we can do, but there's gonna be a lot of cool stuff. Dan says, I didn't get the watermelons either. Niners are ahead at the table. Sure, bub. I like that one, Dan. Sorry. That one's really good. One Jet Spot says, I'm going to work on that with the logos tomorrow. I need to update the YouTube channel as well. Yeah, we got to put all that stuff up there. I got to update the Halos in the infield. If you get time to, Randy, if you can message me, possibly I'll see if you can help me out with that too. I suck at that. I'd like to put the links up there for the shirts. I'd like to put up more social media, more talk, and possibly a blog up there. But when you got time, because our boy is super busy. He's been doing a lot of stuff. Alfonso says, there's a spider coming down right behind you. No, there's not. Let's see. Is Artie calling in tonight? It doesn't look like it tonight. Head bumps, Dan. But I will play one more time our 2 awards before we get out of here. I know it got into football. It's just going to be that way as we get closer and closer to football. But, yeah, we're going to play this one.
I'm Erica Weston's eye, and I've got my eye on you.
Erica's watching close, she's got that eagle eye. If you're the star tonight, she'll let your praises fly. But don't get cocky, keep your game in check. Cause Erica's the queen and she demands respect. But I've got my eye on you award. You play like a champion, now you're getting adored. You caught her eye and you stole the show. Take the trophy home and let everyone know.
I'm Erica Weston's eye, and I've got my eye on you.
Wait a minute. So Julie says melon heads were making fun of the cheeseheads in Green Bay. Really? There was a rivalry between the Rams and Packers way back? Because I remember that in the 60s, like as far as knowing my NFL films crap, I don't remember it that far back. I'm not touching that one. I'll never forget Jim Rome calling Rams Chris Everett. That was great. James agrees with that. I never knew that one, so she enlightened me right there. I need to update that iPhoto. Yeah, we probably do. I remember that. Yes, the Green Bay Packers. I don't remember that rivalry back then because they had that in the 80s, dude. Man, that's crazy. There's this one too. I like the Marshall one too.
I need your seed.
Who's got the biggest biceps? Marsha. Who's got shoulders like a man? Marsha. Who's got a ring that's rich? Marsha. Who's got a thing for young surfers? Marsha. Who put the tree off the grill? Marsha. Who could slam a shack? Marsha.
Congratulations, pal.
Jesus. Let's see. I always find a way to turn the Angels game. J-Dog. There you go. Chubb says, genuinely a dumb fan base. Why is Cheesehead the color of cheddar yet have the holes of Swiss? Yeah, that's a good that is a good that's a good point. Look, they don't have much to cheer for up there in Green Bay. From what I've heard, I've never been there to Wisconsin. I've always wanted to go up there, but they don't have much going on up there. So it's Packers. I mean, when their teams do anything, I don't know. Wilbur loves who's got a thing for young surfers. Marsha. I'm telling you, that's Google Limp Bizkit Fred Durst today. And he looks nothing like he did when he was first in that band. But that's what that reminds me of. Fred Durst, gray hair, and gray goatee singing that song. Marsha's the new dong. Let's see. Also, I'm ready for some chairs listening to the Marsha Award dong. That goes so hard. Hard, the key word right there. Bigger gold. Chocolate starfish. That was the worst album ever. All right, so with that being said, we're going to call it a night. I guess we didn't get no celebrity phone calls or nobody right there. We talked baseball, the Angels again blowing it. I threw out the rant, and then we got into some football talk. But again, if you haven't, like and subscribe to One Jets Pod and the Unfiltered Sports Network. I'm sure you guys and gals will like it. I could have sworn I saw Erica Weston in an Irvine Auto Center commercial. Yeah, she was actually. Hey, that's my line. So with that being said, again, everyone have a good rest of your evening. Go Angels, and we'll see you back here tomorrow as we start a 4-game series with the Toronto Blue Jays.
Oh, no! We suck again!
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Tomorrow. Good night, everybody. I'll play us out with our favorite song.
I will be strong, I will be faithful.